Well, hey gang, I hope you had a great spring break. Please mind the technical difficulties that I'm having here, having to make this video at home. And so it's going to be on my computer, which is going to look a little bit more strange than what you're used to in videos. So we are looking at focusing on the focus of the parabola. And remember, the focus of a parabola, if my computer will go, is this fixed point inside, so inside the smile or frown, okay, inside of it, that lies on the axis of symmetry where it can be folded and it all lines up and wraps around, the parabola essentially wraps around this focus. You in class today explored what the importance of this focus are. Now we're going to talk about how to find it and how to write equations using it, okay? Because satellite dishes, lights all use this focus. It is super important that we write down this point right here, this formula right here. I'm going to have it posted every slide because this is going to be our go-to. And it's also super important to note that we are still talking about this the basic parent equation, the basic parent, okay, of y equals ax squared, okay? Before we get into a little bit more complicated, so we got to remember what that y equals ax squared means. So let's go ahead and start off our examples with graphing the function and identifying the focus. Remember right here where we have this one that says y equals 2x squared. This 2 tells you that the parabola is going to smile. This 2 also tells you that it's going to be thin because that's bigger than 1. Okay, this one 6 is going to tell you that it opens up because it's positive, and 1 6 it's going to be wider because it's a fraction. 3 tells you that this parabola is going to open down because it's negative, and it's going to be wide because it's a 3. This is what we talked about before spring break, before you have that week off, so that's a refresher right there. So we're going to graph the function and identify the focus. Okay, need to grab a pen. See, this is where it's going to be a little bit different. Remember, right here, we're looking off at 0, 0, because this one always has, this basic parent one, has this 0, 0. Oh, come on, work with me, computer. Oh, see, it's not working too well. 0, 0 as our origin. So on our graph, we're going to label it as 0, 0. All right, we're going to wrap around this negative 1. Negative 1 squared is 1 times 2 is 2. That means 1 is also going to be 2. All right, 3. Sorry, I need to go to negative 2. Negative 2. Negative 2 squared is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. And I've already fallen off my graph, so my table is good. So 2 is also going to be 8. And I'm going to come over here to my graph, and I'm going to plot negative 1, 2, 1, 2, negative 2, 8 is up here, 7, 8 is up here. All right, and this time we're not playing we're playing connect the dot, but we're not doing a straight edge. We wanted to have this U shape, so straight edges don't give us that U shape. So now let's go ahead and graph the function, identify the focus. Here's where this equation is going to come into play. Here's where our focus is. 1/4 of 4 times A. A for this problem is 2. So the focus is 0. Come on, computer. Stop thinking. 0, comma, 1 over 4 times 2. Okay? So 0, comma, 1 over 8 is the focus, which is right about this little thing right here is the focus of this small satellite. All right, now I'm going to have to erase my board and we'll go on to example 2. So I'm going to pause my video to erase it. All right, so example 2 right here, we're going to, again, because we're looking at that basic one, we know that it doesn't say plus anything. That's how we know that we're going to be starting off at 0, 0. Oh, look, it added it into. Did not do a good job erasing. Okay, and right here is where 0, 0 is. Right here. Okay? All right. Now let's go ahead and go to -1 and +1. -1 squared is 1. 1 times 1/6 is 1/6. All right. So this is also going to be 1/6. I'm going to have to pause my video and get rid of all of it. Sorry, I couldn't get rid of this dot right here. So it's going to be at 0, 0. It's going to be at 0, 0. Okay. 0, 0. -1, 1/6. And +1, 1/6. +2 and -2. Let's see. This one should be wider, following that rule that we talked about. -2 squared is 4. And then 1/6 times 4, remember we multiply straight across, is 4/6, which reduces down to 2/3. 2/3. 2/3. Let's go to 3. So 3 squared is 9. 9 times 6, 9 times 1/6 is 9/6, which reduces down to 3/2, which is 1.5, 1.5. 4, let's do 4 as well. 4 squared is 16, and 16/6 reduces down to 8/3, which is 2 2/3. 2 2/3. All right, we're ready to graph this sucker. Okay, -2 and 2/3. Break this up into thirds. Right about here. 1, 1/6, right about here. This is going to be a very wide graph. 3 is 1.5. 4, we're going to start increasing a lot more between our little dots. And so our parabola looks something like this, and I'm just going to approximate this other side over here, and I don't know what happened to my dots. All right. The focus, we're going to use this to find the focus now, okay, is 0, 1 and 4 times A is 1/6. 1/6. Okay. From previous work, we know that 4 is 16/6. Let's leave that aside. 0, 1/16/6. How do you multiply two fractions? Remember, this one just says 1/1. Dot. Flip. 6/16. Okay, so this is actually 6/16 is the focus. My board just got really messy. So this is 0, 6/16 now, because we had a copy dot flip. It reduces down. Let me write that down. 6/16. I don't know why my board's being weird. This reduces down that 6/16 to 3/8, and that's your focus. So right here is your focus. 3/8. It's going to be probably where that dot is from before. 3/8, yeah. All right, let's go to that next example. Let me pause my video and erase the board. All right, let's go to this last example, hopefully going through it a little bit quicker. Because this does not say plus anything, which you're going to get into this the next lesson, we do know that this also starts at 0, 0. Okay, so -1. -1 squared is 1 times -3 is -3. See, that's that flipped that we're talking about before. -2, -2 squared is 4, and 4 times 3 is -12, because it's a -3 actually. So 2, -12, and I've already gone off of my graph, so now let's go ahead and graph it. So 0, 0, -1, -3. See how thin this is? This is a thin graph because it's bigger than 1. 2, 12, it's all off, so now we're just going to sketch that part. Okay, let's find that focus. Here's A, -3 is A. So we have 0, comma, 1 over 4 times -3. So our focus is 0, comma, 1 over -12, which makes the whole fraction negative. So this little thing right here is where our focus is. It's very, very tiny. So if this was a satellite, the thinner it is, the tinier the focus needs to be. All right, let's go to our next example. Write an equation of a parabola with the focus of 0, comma, -30, and the vertex is the origin. So let's go ahead and start off with y equals ax squared, our basic one right here. Okay, so we know that the vertex is the origin. We got that answered by using this equation right here. So our focus, okay, in our parabola is a negative, which means we need to have a frowning one. And it's a -3, so it's going to be relatively big. We need to use the fact that we know that focuses use 1/4 A. And we are going to set that equal to -3 to solve for it. Okay, we're going to solve for A. So is there any parentheses? No. Is there any PC sad me. Combine like terms? None. Undo multiplication or division. Right here, we're going to get A from the denominator. That's the first thing that we need to do. So we're going to multiply both sides by 4A. So this will say -12A equals 1. Now we're going to divide by -12, divide by -12, okay? And there's our answer. Y equals -1/12 A, not A because that's A, x squared. So here's another way that you could have solved using exponents. Okay, we can rewrite this problem because we know when we've put it over 1, it's just a negative exponent. No, we can't use that because we don't know how to solve for negative exponents, so never mind. All right, let's go to the next example. Well, actually, we're running out of time, so I want you to go through these on your own. Please remember when you're working on these on your own, what you're doing is you're setting this 6 up to the 1/4A. Undoing this division right here by multiplying both sides by 4A so that it's no longer in the denominator. And then 6 times 4 is 24A equals 1. And then you're going to go ahead and finish this and solve for A. You're not done yet. All right, go ahead and pause your video and do so. All right, here's what you should have gotten for your answers. And the essential question on this bottom one is very wrong, so let me go back to the beginning. Here's your essential question that you do need to answer. Why do the satellite dishes of a spotlight reflectors, dishes and spotlight reflectors have a parabolic shape? I hope you guys had a good spring break again. Welcome back. Bye, gang.